Welcome back to the online class of physics. This is your Naimam is back with science class reproduction in plants. So in our previous class we have learned about how the plant is made up of different types of different parts it is consisting of. That is, we have learned about the uh, lower part, that is the stalk. After stalk we can see thalamus. After thalamus we can see calyx, we can see corolla, then androecium and gynecium. And we have learned about androecium, that is androecium, this is the male part of the flower, right? And gynecium, this is the female part of the plant, right? Androecium is the male part and the gynecium is the female part of the plant. So what we have learned, that male plus female, when they come into this is the female plus male. Okay, when they bind together, when they interact, when they come close to each other, and then there we form a new flower or new offspring. Okay, new offspring, that is nothing but called as reproduction. What it is called? It is called reproduction. Reproduction means producing the same generation, production of same generation, same organism by the combination of same uh, gametes. Okay, by the combination of gametes of the same organisms and giving the new offspring of that same organism. For example, we have taken the example of goat, lamb, etc., right? So they'll give a new generation. New generation is nothing but new offspring, right? New generation, nothing but new offspring. So what did we see? We see that androecium is having what? It is having stamen, okay? And then on stamen they are attached pollen sac or pollen grains, pollen anthers, okay? So where what we are having? We are having one stalk like this, and on this we are seeing that there are some sac or anthers attached. Okay, this is nothing but stamen. So these all together will form a male part which is called as androecium. Okay, similarly female, we have one long stalk like what it is called as style. Okay, this is nothing but style. And on style what we have below here, we have ovary on thalamus. Yes, we have ovary here upon this thalamus, right? And then all these together are forming the uh, and on this we have one stigma, right? So these all together will form the pistil, right? What it is called as? It is called as gynecium. Okay, all together it is called as gynecium. What it is forming? It is forming gynecium. So this is nothing but your stigma. So all together this will form pistil, and pistil is called as altogether gynecium. Okay, and this is altogether called as anther or androecium. Okay, androecium is the male part of the plant, and gynecium is the female part of the plant flower. Okay, androecium is the male part of the flower and gynecium is the female part of the plant. Fine. So next we'll go with the different types of androeciums. Anthers, what it is having different types of anthers. We will just have a small short look, but as we will not go into a deep, because this can be learned in your further future classes, that is in your higher classes. We will just see the types, how many types we can see. Okay, so these here you can find, these are the different types of anthers you can find here. See, these are the different types of anthers. This is your stamen and here is your anther. See closer, you can view your textbook also, dear. Here it is, These are the different types of anthers which we can see on the flower. Different flowers have different types of anthers. Like similarly, like how the different types of anthers are being seen, different types of gynoecium, like different type of pistils are also seen. So here we have like different types of pistils. We have 5 type of pistils. See, these are the different types of pistils that we can see in the flower. Okay, so these are the different types of pistils, 1 2 3 4. So here you can see flat or this one style is there, here very thin style is there, here also you can see different type of style is there, here different type, here different type. So the ovaries are also different size and different shape. So here like this we have like different flowers are having different kinds of this one gynoecium. Okay, so based on the flower we can describe about the different types of androecium and gynoecium. Okay, it's all based upon the flower, which flower we are seeing, based on that we can say that the flower, which type of gynoecium or which kind of androecium is present. So as we can see, the different types of flowers are, different types of flowers are having different types of androecium and gynoecium and all, right? So similarly, we can say that based on their, different types of flowering property and all, we can say that all these flowers are not, complete. Okay, for example, we'll learn about complete flower. When do we call a flower complete flower? When the flower is having all, androecium, gynoecium, okay, and it is having a stalk, it is having thalamus, it is having corolla, calyx, all these things it is having, that is sepals, petals, everything it is having, then it is called as complete flower. Okay, for example, we can say the flower of datura. Okay, the flower of datura, it is an example that we can say it is having complete flower. If we go with incomplete flower, then you can simply say with the sentence of flower, complete flower only, you can understand what I mean by incomplete flower. Incomplete flower means something, some or the other part of the flower will be missing, like it may not have androecium, or a flower may not have gynoecium, or a flower may not have stalk, or a flower may not have thalamus, or it may not have calyx or corolla, something, one or the other part will be missing. Example, we can say cucumber. Cucumber you all know, right? We can even say bottle gourd, or we can even say papaya. All these things are the examples of incomplete flower. Now we can say unisexual flower. What is unisexual flower? Unisexual flower is nothing but a flower which is having only one type of sex organism. That is, it may have either androecium or it may either have gynoecium. Okay, suppose the flower is having only androecium, or it may have only gynoecium. Okay, it may have only androecium or it will have only gynoecium. So that means it is unisexual flower. Okay, only one type of gamete is available, that is only male gamete is available or only female gamete is available, then it is called as unisexual flower. Next is bisexual flower. Oh, sorry, we did not see the example of and this unisexual flower, right? For example, we can say the uh, cucumber, bottle gourd, these are all coming under unisexual because they are having these, as we are saying, it is an incomplete, that means it is not having all the parts. So we can say that it is missing something, like it's a unisexual flower, so that is incomplete flower. So we can take the example of cucumber, bottle gourd, etc. Next, coming to bisexual flower, you can say that a flower that has both stamens as well as pistils. That means both it is having androecium as well as gynoecium. right? So that type of flower is called as bisexual flower. Okay, it is called as bisexual flower. For example, you can say datura. As we have already learned, it is a complete flower. That means it is having both androgyne and gynogyne. So that means it is a bisexual flower, right? uh, More we can find out by using the bottle gourd, watermelon and papaya, or any other plants bearing unisexual flower, whether the male the female flowers are present, are born on the same plant or on the separate plant. Then similarly you can also do this. You can collect the hibiscus or cucumber or datura, any flower which is available nearby you. You can take those and you can observe the parts of the plants androgyne and gynogyne. So I hope this is clear, children, right? So in our next class we will try to learn about all the sexual parts of the flower. So with this I end up with today's class. I request you all to please obey your parents and try to follow your parents, and please obey your parents. This is my highly request, to obey your parents, because see, parents are everything. We get anything, that means we get from our parents only, right? So whatever you are today, just because of your parents. So obey them, whatever they say, follow it. If you just give them a smile, they will give you your life, even their life. Okay, so try to obey and follow your parents. Even I will be happy if you follow your parents. Okay, thank you.